We came so far from dreams. The path was hard for me. They thought we fall, you see. Well, look at us now, look at us now. We make it hot when we on the scene. Yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team. Yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around. You know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we. Tell me who better than we. We soaring to places you never could reach. When we walk in that spot, don't hear none of you speak. Shh, do you want peace or the peace? A king about to put you to sleep. Listen, my team is elite. You not even qualified to compete. He starving, he barely can eat. I guess that's why he always itching for beef. So I put him on ice and I told him to chill. Close your mouth if you can't pay for the meal. Making statements that you know you don't mean. Nice guy trying to act like he mean. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Attitudes will put you dudes in the beam. Izuku, he don't live in reality. Shake back, all become a fatality. Yeah, how you gon' hate when you mirror us? He think he a star, he ain't serious. X him out, we not on the same frequency. If you broke, you ain't hearing us. Work the screw, anime, that's how I feel, period. We winning, that's making them furious. We make it high when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we.
Yo, what do you guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Had Mirages. This is part 4, and yeah, it's been a while since I last did a part for this, to be honest. Sorry about this, guys. However, I'm not too sorry, given that as soon as I made the series, especially when it came to that of, well, part 3, it soon basically was completely forgotten about on my channel, which really kind of pisses me off, to be honest. So to be fair, if this video does not get up to that of 800 views by the end of the week, I'm dropping this series, unfortunately. And I hate to do it because I was really looking forward to this one, to be fair. But as a content creator, I have to switch up some things after all, so yeah. Anyway, with all that said, let's go ahead and have a quick recap. In the last part, we went over that of Izuku's growth as that of a J-pop star, becoming that of a musician, and basically singing, even though he can't be a hero. However, he is a hero in a different way, being a Mirage Master. While being a Mirage Master, he's protecting that of the performer and those with talent to reach their dreams. However, it seems some people can't accept Izuku's newborn fame as that of a J-pop singer, and that mainly being Bakugo, confronting that of the 13-year-old boy. However, he was soon defended by that of somebody who he became his fan, that being a girl by the name of Subasa, and she also wants to be that of a star, just like Izuku and Kirika as well, as Izuku's journey has just begun. So with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? A year has now gone by since Izuku has started basically being that of a song artist after all. He has tried branching out into acting too, but he's only gotten that of slight guest roles and basically that of minor characters. Once again, due to his quirkless status, but due to him being that of one of the most iconic singers in Japan currently, he has gotten tons of, options of doing that of cover songs and original songs, not just for himself, but also for that of TV series, such as anime and stuff like that. However, his duty as that of a Mirage Master takes up quite a bit of his time too, given some of the crap that he has to deal with, given that certain Mirages causing trouble during that of certain given that of certain song titles he has to do, certain events that he had to take care of, not to mention other stuff from that of certain people being controlled by these Mirages as well. Finding out that Mirage Lords can take over people's bodies and use them for their own. It's like a corrupt version of a canonized form. However, instead of the Mirage and the Mirage Master becoming one and working in sync with one another, the Mirage is the one taking over that of its master, basically using it as a puppet. There are only a few times that this happens to Izuku, and let's just say it has caused a bit of a strain with certain people within that of the entertainment industry that works with Izuku. But those he do save actually are in Izuku's debt and are always there to support him and help him no matter what anybody says about him due to his quirkless status. As for his time at Aldera, let's just say he still has to deal with that of the bullshit, mainly with that of the male students treating him like crap and female students basically trying to cozy up to him because of due to his fame after all. As Izuku basically tries to avoid that of any guy while basically keeping his distance from the females. It used to be bearable because of one person in his life during his second year at Aldera. How it was because of Subasa Aoi, his senpai, who was basically a genuine fan of him and didn't just want to spend time with him because of his newfound fame. But instead of becoming a fan, she became a close friend. Because of this, Izuku has done his best to try and help her out in her journey to become an idol just like she's always wanted to be. There, he was able to help her out finally. It's the first day back at Aldera Junior High, and let's just say it's been a stressful one. When Izuku was on the way to that of Aldera, he was basically already at least a good hour late, to be honest. He had an early morning recording session, after all, mainly because he has a concert in the coming of months, to be fair. It's not a big one, but it's at least that of a concert that he needs to prepare for, to be honest. Nothing more, nothing less. Plus, let's also bring in the fact that when he's in Tokyo, there's a lot more pro heroes around, and he's a lot more recognized too. So, of course, he gets stopped by that of fans here and there, even on the trains. And because of that, he kind of got, chewed out by his teachers. But given that he had that of an excuse, they let it be, of course. His homeroom teacher has always had it out for him for some weird reason, but Izuku already knows the reason why. As everybody gives him that of weird looks, even the girls who constantly try to cozy up to him give him a weird look. As for Bakugo, he has that of a murderous look on his face. Then, Izuku couldn't help but think, oh, what the hell did I miss now? As the day now goes by, currently at that of lunchtime, a few of the girls who basically always cozy up to Izuku, basically around that of 5 girls, were asking questions if he plans on what high school is he going to. Within, Izuku asks, why do you all want to know? Within, one of the girls, with that of a bland look and wearing that of round shaped glasses, couldn't help but say, we found out that you plan on going to UA. Our homeroom teacher basically brought this up. Within, hearing this, Izuku saying, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me? Within, another girl spoke up saying, don't you think that you plan on going to UA for general studies course, right? I mean, it only makes sense. Within, another girl saying, no, he has to possibly be going because of the business course. I mean, he's going to be he's in the entertainment industry, so it would make sense. Within, a lot of girls couldn't help but comment. Before then, Izuku saying, look, whatever the reason I'm going to UA for, it's not your all business. As much as I know that you maybe worry about me, which I appreciate, it's just not important. Still, I need to get going. Within, Izuku basically standing up. Before then, thinking, I need to speak to my homeroom teacher. As he's leaving out of the roof, with many of the girls basically bummed out. Well, some were planning on walking after Izuku, but deciding to stop. Wanting to at least give him some space, because again, they don't want to freaking crowd him, surprisingly. As he heads out of the faculty room, that's when somebody's shouting, saying, you are a damned idiot! Within, hearing that voice, thinking, huh? Oh yeah, Miss Koboshi. Why the hell is she yelling now? As Izuku basically keeping his head down while listening. Within, a few of his Mirages also materialize, but in that of a wispy looking form instead of somewhat half materialized. As then, noticing that of his homeroom teacher, as he's basically looking like panicking, saying, I just did. Within that of the woman, with that of long black hair, with that of eye makeup, and wearing that of a pink blouse, and that of a, well, knee-length pencil skirt, couldn't help but give that of his homeroom teacher a third degree, saying, I can't believe that you would basically announce Midoriya's transfer to that of UA after he graduates. Do you have any idea how much this is going to bite us in the ass? But then the home teacher saying, why do you care so much? He's just a quirkless brat. I mean, sure, he's famous, but that's the point. He's famous. Did you forget that the principal says not to let anything happen to Midoriya and Bakugo? Bakugo, we're going to allow going to UA because we need the press. Midoriya has been giving this school a lot of press since he's come here. Due to him being a famous musician and song artist, it's because of him that the school has gotten a lot of press. Do you really think people give a damn about that of Bakugo because of his powerful ass quirk? What pro has actually bothered caring? Especially pros who are literally idols who have given this school that of press now. Do you not remember about that of last year when Uwabami basically came to the school because she wanted to meet Midoriya? Within, Izuku remembers saying, oh yeah, right after this, yeah, during that of lunch, Uwabami basically wanted to meet me, asking if I could basically make a song for her in one of her commercials after all. Huh. So the school basically got a lot of press because of that? Huh, that makes a lot of sense. But now, and within realizing he bloated out that of I'm going to UA. No wonder everybody was wondering, and no wonder within Izuku's eyes winding in pure utter terror, saying, Kachan found out. Somewhat honorable and well-respected voice couldn't help but say, oh, my lord, I am so sorry. If you need any protection, my spear is here for you, just in case. Within saying, thanks for the support, Kane, but like I said, I want to keep you guys at least somewhat, well, a secret, at least until I get into UA. Within, Navarre couldn't help but say, I can't believe you're allowing this crap. I know that your manager and the many others, Fortuna, basically saying that if you plan on becoming that of both that of a J-pop musician and also that of a hero, you're going to need to work with that stupid late bloomer excuse. But allowing yourself to go through all of this trouble, why not decide to leave Aldera? But then Izuku sighing, saying, as much as I want to leave Aldera, I can't. I've already come this far. No point of transferring schools when I'm already this. Plus, who said it's going to be different anywhere else I go? But then Riken saying, just try not to get yourself too much in trouble, Captain. But also, look on the bright side. Looks like your homeroom teacher is getting scolded for his actions. But then saying, yeah, guess so. As Izuku decided to continue listening to that of his homeroom teacher being torn into by that of the one teacher at that of Aldera, who's trying to look out for Izuku, mainly not because she wants the public to basically turn on their school if anything bad happens to him, but still, silver lining in some ways. As the day now goes by, with Izuku basically seeing everybody leave, within him going over that of his hero notes, before then picking up that of his phone as he gets a phone call, within saying, hello, within realizing the caller ID saying, oh, Miss Shinomori, what is it? But then she's saying, good news, Izuku. Just like before, I basically got you that friend of yours a chance to finally shine after all. But then saying, you did? How did it? It was hard, given that she's not officially part of the talent agency just yet. But I did. But because I called a few favors in and basically mentioned you, so they basically let her take part. Within, Izuku saying, that's so great. It's the same talent show that Kirika took part in when I first joined Fortuna, right? Saying, oh yeah, definitely. And because of this, they are willing to let her have a shot at it. Hold hopefully it's not as bad as it was the first time when you basically became a Mirage Master. But then Izuku couldn't help but basically scratch the back of his head saying, hopefully it's not going to be the same as well before. But then thinking as he looks over to that of the entranceway, but then realizing, I'll message her now. It looks like I better get going. I have some people that I have to talk to. But then, hearing that tone saying, Izuku saying, don't worry, I'll try not to cause any trouble or become too hurt. But then, Izuku basically putting up that of his phone, hanging up and putting his phone back, before then putting his bag over that of his shoulders, saying, hey there, Kachan, what do you need? But then, seeing that of Bakugo and his lackeys, with then saying, I heard that you're going to UA. So, care to explain, Deku? But then, Izuku saying, yeah, our homeroom teacher basically told you all before I even came in the classroom. No wonder you kept on giving me the death glares. But then, seeing how much Izuku has changed from that of the shy, timid person that he always was, hell, just by yelling at him before, Izuku always flinched. But now something has changed. But then, Bakugo saying, I want to ask you why. Do you really think you can outshine me even more than you already have now? It's pissing me off on how much even pros basically want you, even though they're goddamn extras. But then, Izuku saying, really? You're calling them extras, people who are basically already at the top of where they are now. And you're still a middle schooler. Just if it wasn't for your quirk, you know you wouldn't be getting away with half the crap that you do here. But then, soon hearing that, one of his lackeys, the guy with the stretchy finger, saying, you want to keep on talking bad, Midoriya? Do you really think that just because if it wasn't for you being famous, you wouldn't be saying, if I wasn't famous, you all wouldn't be attacking me right about now? Do you forget on how many fans I have, both here at the school and also out there? Just by any chance, but then pulling out his phone, taking a picture, then going to his social media account, before then, soon, looking at that as he already types a few things in, before then showing it to them, as it states, I'm being bullied by these three. If you ever see them, don't attack them, but don't give them any recognition whatsoever. It's the recognition that basically would make them feel good. But then, soon, Bakugo saying, delete it now, Deku! Saying, I don't think I will. I'll use this as insurance until the end of the year. But then, Bakugo saying, why you? But then, Bakugo saying, what the hell happened to you? But then, Izuku saying, I grew up. I've dealt with a lot of other annoying and selfish people in the entertainment industry, and dealing with you has basically been nothing but childish. I could care less if you all hate me for being quirkless. I could care less if you hate me for being famous. What really annoys me is that you think that you have nothing else better to do but attack me when shit like this happens. And now, because I plan on going to UA, you want to continue to belittle me. I'll let you know this now, Kachan. The world doesn't revolve around you, and it certainly doesn't revolve around me either. We're all people just living our lives the way we want. And the way that you're living yours is more sad than anything. Within hearing that, you say, you goddamn. As Bakugo is about to prepare his explosions, that's when Izuku saying, Within, seeing that his phone is about to put up, within, Bakugo clenching his fist tightly, so tightly that he's about to pierce his own skin, within saying, good. Now, excuse me, I gotta get going. There's a talent show I gotta get to, and I don't want to miss it. And after that, Izuku walks past them with Bakugo still gritting his teeth, saying, we're not done here. Just you watch, Deku, saying, oh no, I think we are. With that, Izuku soon closes the door, before then taking a big deep sigh, saying, oh god, that was so scary, talking to Kachan like that. But then, Grumps couldn't help but materialize right beside Izuku, saying, I don't think so. You done well, my lord. able to stand your ground finally against the person that has caused you nothing but pain. I see that all the things that you've gone through is both that of a Mirage Master and also dealing with that of the darkness of the entertainment industry has caused you to finally stand up for yourself. But then, Izuku saying that, you can help but say, yeah, you're right. But it didn't feel like I was speaking like me, though. It felt like I was somebody else, and I didn't like that. I want to try and make up with Kanchan one day, but having to do stuff like that just doesn't feel right. I know once I go to UA, maybe we can have a chance, but until then. But then, Izuku taking a deep breath, slapping his face, saying, I gotta get going too. Odaiba, after all, she's waiting for me. Within, Izuku couldn't help but smile, thinking about the person who he's waiting for. Currently at that of a convention, the same convention center that Izuku and Inko went to when he first basically became a Mirage Master. The same talent show that happened about that of several years back, still going on to this day, as it's normally just a way for that of people to get a start into that of the entertainment industry by having at least somebody, a manager, or that of talent scout companies to have that of an opening for them. This is the place to get fresh new talent. Within soon seeing that of a familiar dark blue haired girl with that of a UA uniform this time that shows off quite a bit of her figure stands right in front. Within seeing that of showing that of tons of idols, artists, and even pro heroes as well who are in that of the entertainment industry, even showing a banner of Izuku as well. As this girl, who's looking quite nervous, but also determined through her eyes as well, being Subasa Aoi, current first year at that of UA High, and the General Studies course. Within, she's looking at her phone saying, he's still late. I thought he'd be showing up by now. As then, she's done looking at her phone before then seeing that of Izuku coming right at her, as he waves saying, Hey, Subasa! But then, she couldn't help but smile and out of joy, before then, basically, turning into that of a look of indifference and annoyance, saying, What took you so long, Izuku? Within, Izuku taking a deep breath, before then, catching his breath again, saying, Sorry about that, had to deal with a little bit of a problem. Plus, not to mention, when it comes to being on the trains, it does cause a bit of a trouble for me. Within, she couldn't help but sigh, saying, Oh well, that's to be expected. So, did I? Yep, you're already registered. The contest should probably be starting in the next 2 hours, so you got time to relax. But then she's saying, Oh, thank you, before glomping onto that of Izuku, causing Izuku to be quite embarrassed, with his face basically going fully red due to his face being stuffed into that of a familiar pillowy mound. Within, she blushing, saying, sorry. Within saying, no, it's okay. As his face is entirely red like that, making him look like that of a tomato due to his red hair. Within, she's saying, so, what do I need to prepare for? Within, Izuku his blush begins to go down, back to normal, before then saying, well, you just need to do what you have been doing. You've been practicing, right? Saying, yeah, actually. I've been singing a lot of Kirika's song, Reincarnation, after all, so saying, figures. It's one of her most popular songs, after all. I guess you're going to be doing your own cover version of it, saying, well, yeah, actually. I hope that she doesn't mind. Trust me, if she actually cared about people making cover songs of her most famous one, she would be suing a lot of people. Luckily, Fortuna is a lot more, less greedy when it comes to people singing our songs, after all. The only difference is that if they do try to make money off of it, we do take at least out of a 5% cut, after all. It's not much, but we at least want to at least try and gain something from it. Within, Subasa saying, wow, that is really cruel. Within, Izuku saying, hey, it's our policy. Blame our company president for that. Within, Soon, as they begin walking, that's when Izuku could feel a spite, saying, "Oh no, don't tell me that this is going to happen again." Within, soon, Izuku saying, "Guys, could you do me a favor?" Within, they all saying, "Understood." For they all dissipate. Within, Subasa looks back at Izuku as he has a more serious look, within saying, Izuku, are you okay?" Within, Izuku saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm doing alright. You got nothing to worry about. Promise." Within, Izuku couldn't help but give off a fake smile. However, Subasa noticed this, but not wanting to push just in case. Within, Izuku thinking, please let it just be my imagination. Within, a few minutes later, that's when all of Izuku's Mirages soon materialized back. Within, Crom spoken up saying, "It's just as you fear, my lord. Turns out, the performer in the area is starting to grow even more. There's most likely another Lord Mirage taking over the idol spear in this area once again." Within, Izuku saying, "Seriously? Again?" Within, Riken saying, "So, what do you want to do, Captain? Let's take care of this sooner than later." Within, Izuku pulling out his phone now, within saying, "We got at least another hour before that of the competition begins. And personally, I don't want this to be another situation where we had to make that of a, gas leak excuse." With Navarre spoken up saying, "As much as I agree, how do you wish to do this?" But then, seeing that Izuku and Subasa are on the top floor, and looking down, seeing that there's not really a lot of people down on the ground floor for that of the stage, and then noticing that the doorway to that of the idol spear dungeon is still open, but not big enough, but not fully big. Within realizing, this may be my perfect opportunity. I won't draw too much attention since there's not a lot of people down there just yet. So, this might be my perfect opportunity. Within, Kane spoke up saying, "Smart choice of doing so, acting now before anything bad happens later. Great work, my lord. However, what about that of Lady Subasa? Don't you want to keep an eye on her?" Within, Izuku saying, "As much as, ditching Subasa is a bad thing, and honestly, I really don't want to. The people's lives come first. I don't want them being drained at their performa all by themselves. Plus, I should be able to handle this." Within, Navarre saying, "But without Kirika and Eleonora as well?" Within, Izuku saying, "As much as I want to bring them into this and call them for backup, there's not enough time. They wouldn't be able to make it in time. And plus, even if they do, who knows, it would already be too late. So I need to do this now." Within, Crom can up and say, "I agree with you, my lord. We need to act now, but you may get scolded for this later on for not saying anything. I'm aware I'll suffer the consequences. But now, let's do this." Within, soon, Izuku getting out of his conversation and talk with that of his Mirages. Within, Izuku saying, "Hey, Subasa, I need to get going. There's something I need to take care of beforehand. Might need to talk to the judges." Within, hearing that, saying, "Oh, sure, go ahead. I'll be up here." Within, Izuku saying, "Good, see you." Within, as Izuku heads off and run, with many people basically calling out Izuku's name, and she couldn't help but sigh, thinking, where is he going now? As Subasa continues hanging around that of the top floor, as walking around, as one of the audience members saying, "For all those who are taking part in the talent show, please be ready in the next 30 minutes. Whatever your talent is, please prepare and head down to that of the ground floor where the main stage is. There we'll be calling you down so you can all be ready." Within, hearing that, several people alongside that of Subasa head to that of the ground floor. Some take the stairs, while some take the elevator, with Subasa waiting for the next elevator, as then she finally reached out of the ground floor where the stage is. That's when she sees Izuku on top of the stage. Within, she's saying, "Wait, Izuku? What is he?" Within, as he soon heads into that of the dungeon. Within, she's saying, Izuku, he just disappeared! Within, running as fast as she can to the stage, with somebody saying, hey, young lady, where are you going? Within, she wondering, what has happened? Where did he go? Before then, feeling something shift in the area, something corrupted. Within, realizing, what just happened? As looking around, everything felt like a chill just run down that of her spine. Before then, soon, she couldn't help but back up. But as soon as she does, that's when the dungeon gate opens and absorbs her, as Subasa screams for that of help. Before then, she fully enters into the Idol Spear dungeon. Within, Izuku, seeing that somebody came in as he fully counters form back in with that of Crom, within looking down, realizing, Subasa! Within, she say, Izuku, why do you? Within, looking at Izuku's and that of his counters form, blue uniform, and that of falchion rapier and all, she couldn't help but blush, seeing on how fancy and how handsome he looks in it. Within, Izuku say, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Within, realizing, oh my god, if she's here, she's able to basically be aware of the Idol Spear. That means her performa levels must be over the charts. Same as mine and Kirika. Within, she's saying, what is this place? Where are we? Within, Izuku say, look, I'll explain later. All I want you is to basically calm yourself. You need to get out of here now. It's too dangerous. Within saying, dangerous? How dangerous are we talking about? Within, Izuku saying, well... Within, soon, somebody coming out saying, just as when I was about to prepare, I knew Mirage Masters would show up. And to think it had to be you of all people, Midoriya. Within, Izuku, alongside that of his other Mirages, all prepare beside him, showing that of Navarre and that of his Red Cloak Glory, alongside that of Riken, having that of his tome in his hands, and also that of his newest Mirage, Kane, wearing that of a full-on red armor with that of horns that look like that of bull horns, and wearing in his head being that of a helmet that almost looks like something you would see that of a Super Sentai character wear. As for his weapon, being that of a large double-bladed spear. Within, soon, Izuku couldn't help but get annoyed at this, saying, I knew it. I remember a lot of that of the staff wondering on where that of the host of the town show was supposed to be, and he's here. He must have been consumed by that of Mirage and turned into that. Seeing that of the form of the host known as Gojin, basically a pretty big, a portly man with that of messy curly brown hair and that of an orange suit. Within, as he couldn't say, I knew the Mirage here was basically weak and couldn't handle anything. So, within, Izuku saying, I took care of it many years ago. And to think that a Mirage would also try and take over, but this time take over somebody else and had a forced canonized form, and you were possessed of all people. Within, he could up say, and it's your fault for that. It's for somebody of your talent and somebody of your skill to be basically wasted on no talentless hacks such as that girl behind you. Within, Subasa saying, wait, me? Within, Izuku saying, you know not what you're saying. Saying, oh, but I do. When I got this job, I would think I'd be seeing that of amazing and developmental talents, such as that of Kirika and such as yourself. But for the past 2 years, all I've been seeing is nothing but mediocrity after mediocrity after mediocrity. No talentless hacks that have no potential whatsoever. And it pissed me off. And to think that somebody such as you would waste your time with somebody like her in a talent show like this basically even proves it even more. Within, soon, Izuku saying, I said, shut up. Within, Izuku's aura begins to erupt around him in that of pure and utter rage. Within, the guy couldn't help but feel a little bit scared and freaked out as he steps back a little bit, say, you know nothing of the talent and the dream that Subasa has. She's an amazing and capable person who wants to reach her goal of being a superstar idol. She wants to become something that everybody can look up to and admire. And I want to be there to help her achieve it. I'm not doing this because she's just my friend. I'm doing this because I want to see her achieve her goal just like me. She has a right to her dream too, just as much as anybody else. And I won't let you disrespect her like that. As he points his blade at him, with that of the man couldn't help but feel even more fear. As for Subasa, she couldn't help but blush at that of each and every word that Izuku says about her. Even says his name in that of embarrassed but also caring way. Within, he's saying, well then, if you care about her so much, maybe you will give your life for her. As he snaps his fingers, within soon, certain mirages begin to materialize around them, especially a mirage that materializes right behind that of Subasa. Within, Subasa couldn't help but scream in that of fear. Before then, without warning, being the mirage was about to consume that of Subasa before being hit by a blast of wind from that of Riken, saying, sorry about that, couldn't let you get hurt. But then, Izuku noticed that before then, heading straight for that of the mirage as his performer basically consumes that of the mirage but then it begins to fully materialize, no longer in that of its cloaked shadowy figure, but now it has that of a look of a beautiful young woman with that of pinkish armor, a helmet that basically covers her entire face, besides the lower half that shows her mouth, and soon that of a large pinkish lance in her right hand. Within, soon she's saying, I am free. Within, Gojin can help say, what? But how? Within, Izuku saying, you may not know this, but these mirages aren't just for me for show. I've gotten so used to freeing mirages that they all have basically become part of me. Within, the woman saying, my thanks, young Mirage Master, for your aid. Allow me to help you take care of my old master, who basically took away my own free will. Within, the man couldn't help but wince, before then realizing it was the mirage that's controlling him, I'm guessing, as she nods, saying, yes. Well, if you wish to help me and I help you get your vengeance, protect Subasa. Within, she's saying, I see. Within, Subasa saying, what? With then, female Mirage floating over to Subasa saying, allow me to introduce myself, young one. My name is Sita. I am a Mirage whose duty is to protect those who can't protect themselves. So allow me to help you and protect you as that of what the young Mirage Master wishes. But then, Subasa saying, wait, really? But then, Izuku could feel that of a connection between the two, showing that the two have a good connection with one another due to that of Subasa's high concentration of performa, just like him. Within, soon, Izuku saying, Subasa, if you want to become, you must become one with that of Shida. You must connect with one another. Use your performa to do so. Within, Subasa saying, my performa? That of a sparkling blue light ore begins to materialize right in front of Subasa and Shida. Shida comes in contact with it, as now Subasa could feel the connection between her and Shida. With that, Subasa knows what she needs to do, saying, let's go, Karanai's farm! As her and Shina become one, as then her outfit went from that of her UA uniform into that of a bright pink dress that looks made for that of combat and fighting, with it as soon with that of wing-like frills over that of her chest, over her headpiece, as her long hair becomes that of a ponytail, with then soon that of a bright pinkish spear with that of gold embroidery into that of the blade as well, materializes in her hand before spinning it around, as now she has become that of a Mirage Master. Within, Gojo saying, damn you, Sheeta, for betraying me, and damn you, Midoriya, for getting involved before I got a chance to start my plans. Within, Izuku saying, you made it way too obvious with the levels of with that of the material, with a lot of people's performa slipping away from them slowly and surely after all. When I've been doing this since I was 12 years old, I pick up on stuff like this quite a bit. Within, Subasa running right beside that of Izuku saying, you've been doing this since you were 12? Saying, I'll explain later, but now we need to get ready. Within, soon seeing that of several other Mirages materializing right beside that of Gojin. Within, Izuku saying, Navar, Riken, Kane, take care of the Mirages around him, while we take care of the Lord Mirage that's trying to take over this place. Within, all of them saying, understood. Subasa, follow my lead. Just focus on what you can do. Within, saying, this is my first time ever fighting something. I never even thought I actually need to. Within, saying, just focus. Move while you can. See, this is like a dance. Follow my lead. Within, she cut up a blush saying, okay, if you say so. Within, Gojin couldn't help but basically get annoyed saying, I won't allow you brats to get in my way. Before then, the full-on Mirage that has taken over his body, the Lord Mirage known as Marchin, fully materialized over that of Gojin before taking over his body, before soon seeing his force canonized form, as Gojin has his face and his hands out on the top of the helmet before seeing that of a massive axe-like blade in his right hand, as he's basically nothing but one giant hunk of armor, before slamming that giant axe on his face over and over and over again, before looking like he's prepared to fight. Within, Subasa saying, that's way too scary than I expected. Within, Izuku saying, don't let it get to you too much. Before noticing Marth, right, as his falchion blade dematerializes, and soon that of a regular style rapier with that of a glowing aura around the blade materializes in Izuku's hand, as this being his rapier, definitely made to take down that of armor-like foes such as this. Within, saying, once I get an opening, do whatever you can. Sheeta, show Subasa the steps on how to fight like a Mirage Master. With her saying, understood. With that, Izuku runs into the fray, as then Subasa, worried for Izuku's health, as the axe comes down on Izuku, before he flips out of the way, before continuing his strides towards that of the armor-like figure, as he jumps up, as the Lord Mirage picks up his axe once again and swings it towards Izuku, within him grabbing onto that of the blunt end of the axe, swinging around it, before then flipping down onto that of the axe, before piercing him straight into that of the eye of the armor, not even hitting that of Gojin actually, as it soon basically cries out in pain. With soon Izuku saying, Subasa, now! Within, she's saying, understood. Within, putting aside that of her fears, her worries, and anxiousness, and realize that Izuku needs her help. She needs to protect him just like he is doing for her. Before then, in that of a blitz of speed, she soon pierces that of her lance into that of the armor, creating that of a crack in its chest, as it soon basically roars in pain. But then Izuku jumps back, before then saying, Strike down! Zeal! But then, lightning begins to crackle down onto that of the armor-like figure, as it soon whines in that of pain. Before then, seeing that of his other Mirages take care of the other small fry Mirage minions, with Navarre basically extending that of his slinky-like blade onto that of the Mirages around him, cutting them with just one solitary slash from his sword. Riken sending that of blast blades of wind all across the area, destroying the other Mirages too, while basically huffing an act of acceptance as well, before smiling. Within soon, right, you could hear that of an engine roaring from that of Kane, as he basically pierces down on slices away from on that of other Mirages on that of his bike, or rather his horse, as he prefers to call it, even though it's literally a motorcycle. However, where that of the steering is, Kane's not even on it, as he's basically on that of the secondary seat, where normally Izuku is driving. Within, the Lord Mirage, seeing that all of his minions are now being taken care of, but seeing that Izuku and Subasa are, and alongside that of the other Mirages, are ready to take him out, saying, Now, listen, I know I had some choice words to say. Within, Izuku saying, You disrespect Subasa and everybody else who tries to strive for their dream of wanting to be a star. Just because people don't live up to your expectations doesn't mean other people can't. People do have talents and people do have dreams that they will strive for. And I won't let somebody like you, somebody who will allow that of a Mirage to take over his body, stand in their way. But then, Izuku could feel his aura begin to consume him. With that, then soon, jumping up into the air, as Crom materializing, as soon, Subasa couldn't help but be completely awestruck at that of Izuku's appearance, as it's almost like how he is when he's singing on stage at a concert his, like that of last year actually. With then soon Izuku saying, Let's do this, Crom! Saying, Understood! Before then, the two come down at that of blinding speeds before spinning in place, as this is their special move, Exalt Slash. The increased momentum of them spinning downwards, as soon that's when their blades pierce right through the armor, as soon cutting off that of the cutting the armor in two while leaving the helmet still intact, as Gojin is basically is no longer consumed by that of the Lord Mirage, as his body goes back to that of his normal look, as basically no longer having that of purple skin, but now having that of a healthy glow before passing out. But then he's saying, Good, looks like everything's back to normal now. But then feeling that of the shift within the dungeon of the Idol Spear, saying, And it looks like the performer's now heading back to everybody that was being slowly taken over. Luckily, we were able to take care of this before a full-on outbreak could come out. Within, soon, Subasa no longer counterized with that of Shida, and Izuku dematerializing that of his form too, from Crom. Within, saying, So, I guessing you have quite a bit of answers, Subasa. Within, saying, Quite, actually. Could you explain from the beginning? Within, Izuku saying, Right. Well then, let's get out of here first, before I explain. Within, picking up that of the pudgy man, saying, But first we gotta bring him out too. Luckily, we're still close to the entrance. Within, soon, heading out of that of the idol sphere. Within, several minutes later, as one of the staff of the talent show came up and say, So, did you find him? Huh, good. Sorry about all the trouble, Mr. Midoriya. I know a star like you shouldn't have to do stuff like this for people like us, saying, it's okay, it's okay. I'm just glad I could help out. Nothing more. But then, saying, well, until he wakes up, he may have to put that of the talent show on hold for at least a good while. It seems so. But even so, I think we could still have it going. I guess you'll just have that of an extra guest judge who will be stepping in just in case he doesn't. Within, the staff member could up and say, wait, are you saying that you're willing to? If so, I'll do it even for free if you want. Just willing to help out if I can. I don't want a lot of other people to miss out on their chance to make it big after all. Within, hearing this, saying, I'll go tell that of the rest of my superiors about this. They're going to flip when they hear that of a star like you might be a judge or that of a host of the talent show. This is going to be awesome! With that, the guy soon runs off, within, heading back to Subasa, before then saying, so, how are you taking this now? Within, she's saying, to know that there's basically a separate world from ours, and that every human being on the planet has this unique energy called Performa? And I do, and you do? Yeah, it's a lot to take in, Izuku. Within, Izuku sits next to that of Subasa saying, it's the reason on why I'm somewhat late to that of school actually, and also to that of our hangout sessions too. It isn't just because I do that of songs and dances and practice all the time, but it's also because I'm a Mirage Master, and it's our duty to protect that of Mirages and people from the things that people can't see. And like I told you, the pros don't know anything about this, and the pros that do, well, they can't do anything about it without being a Mirage Master. But still, within, soon seeing that of Crom materialize saying, Lady Subasa, I understand that you're worried, but as a Mirage Master, it's you and my lord's duty is to protect the people, nothing more and nothing less. But then she's saying, wait, but I thought, yeah, I'm a special case. For some reason, I'm able to counterize even outside of the idol sphere. My Mirages, like Crom, are able to materialize too, but half as strong as they would be in the idol sphere. So in a way, it's the reason on why I'm aiming to be a hero. But then saying, because you can still do it. Because of them. But then he's saying, now you get it. But then she's saying, oh my god, this is amazing. But then grabbing Izuku's hands, causing him to blush, saying, now I'm truly rooting for you. Just as you want to help me, whatever you need, I'll help you out in your dream of becoming a hero as well. But then Izuku saying, thanks, Subasa. But then she seeing the blush on his face, but then she began to blush too, as the two basically scooted over for a bit. Before then, Izuku saying, well, looks like the cat's out of the bag now. Before then, pulling out his phone as he's about to message about that of Maiko. Before then, recognizing, an incident in downtown Masafu? Sludge villain got loose, attacked that of a junior high kid. Within soon, kid now in hospital. Noticing that, realizing, oh my god, that's Gachan. As things have now changed with that of a new Mirage and also other things as well. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, how did you guys like this part? It's still similar to that of episode 1 and the beginning of that of Izuku's life before he met All Might, but with that of certain changes too. Since Izuku wouldn't plan on basically going straight home, he wouldn't basically take the same routes as he would have to interact with that of the Sludge villain. So of course, something would change. Since All Might All Might would still probably catch up with the Sludge villain, but given that he isn't familiar with Matsufu, like he even said in the episode himself, and the reason on why he wasn't fast enough to catch him, I still see that of him interacting with Bakugo. And you all may be wondering, how is that possible, given that he wasn't in the bottle, which caused Bakugo to kick him. Bakugo still didn't even still couldn't even get out of the sludge villain's grasp because of his explosions. Because again, this early season Bakugo wasn't that good with his quirk until he got into UA, because he trained because of the sludge villain incident. So yeah, any rate, as for Subasa and how she got that of Shida, unlike how she originally would have in the games, yeah, I know it seems a little bit rushed and a little bit incoherent here and there. I kind of realized that myself. But to be honest, it was, with Izuku being more of a pro and not in the same situation that Subasa was, like how Isaki and Tokyo Mirage sessions, which means that Izuku has a lot more experience and a lot more training. Add that with his extra Mirages, the first boss of the game would be way much more easier to take on than that of originally. So yeah. Also, expect that of one more Mirage for that of Izuku after all. However, that's only if this video is able to reach that what I want. Like I said, if this can get up to that of 800 viewers alongside that of 50 likes, I'll basically continue this series. If not, I'm dropping it downright. So yeah. At any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep to date my videos uploaded to the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, gaming channel, other channel, side channel, Patreon, and Cash App. All linked in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys. Hope you all take care. Do your thing, my Shiro.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!